afternoon. My name is Alejandra, and tonight I am thrilled to introduce someone who means a great deal to me, Minaya. Dana has a gift for creating joy, not just for herself, but for everyone around her. She is constantly finding ways to bring people together through experiences that are thoughtful, hopeful, and above all, meaningful. As a teacher, Dana believed deeply in nurturing curiosity. She worked in a program where students were encouraged to think critically and creatively, rather than simply memorize facts. That spirit of inquiry and openness continues to define everything she does. While Dana did not initially see herself as an activist, her path was shaped by the values instilled in her early on. Her parents taught her to care for others and to give generously. As a Girl Scout, she met people from different countries, an experience that sparked her curiosity about other cultures and perspectives. Teaching in Ghana further expanded her worldview. There, she developed a deep appreciation for global understanding and the importance of seeing the world as interconnected. She believes strongly that schools should reflect this diversity, allowing students to learn from one another and to live together with respect and joy. Dana's activism takes many forms. As a ceramic artist, she creates pins that spark conversation and awareness. One design features a watermelon, symbolizing the colors of the Palestinian flag as a statement of solidarity. Another draws from history, red hats, inspired by those born in Norway during Nazi occupation, re-emerged as a symbol of protest during immigration enforcement actions in Minneapolis. She's also deeply committed to local community organizing, recognizing that many older adults cannot easily attend large demonstrations. Dana has helped organize local protests so more people can participate. Every Wednesday evening, she joins a group for short, visible demonstrations, moments of protest that invite passing drivers to honk in support and remind the community that they are not alone. Her commitment extends to climate activism as well. Inspired by conversations at her church, she became involved in environmental work and now serves as the secretary of the Beloved Earth community, where she helps promote sustainable living, including plant-based food initiatives. I am proud to call Dana Minaya my friend, my aunt, and my mentor. Please join me in thanking her for all she does to strengthen and inspire our community.
And good evening to everyone. In my book group, we recently read Lovely One and an autobiography by Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. I was struck by this passage from her book. I want to encourage those bold dreamers not to be turned aside by adversity, because life will always bring challenges. We must allow them to teach us and fortify us, and help us to build confidence in our ability to find a way through. In the end, we must trust the path we choose to walk, anchored by a firm sense of potential, inspired with whom we surround ourselves. Inspired by people with whom we surround ourselves, and bolstered by our own willingness to keep on. So, who has inspired me and helped me to face challenges? Here are just a few out of so many who have supported me in my growth, some of whom are here this evening, or maybe online. But I would like to mention only 5 of the many. The people of the nation of Ghana, Barrington Dunbar, my husband Frank Minaya, the people of my community in Manhattan, and Deborah Meyer. I owe a lot to the people of Ghana in West Africa, where I was in the Peace Corps for 2 years. Even though there was a shortage of science teachers at this time, I can always say that I took away from Ghana more than I gave to Ghana. Besides gaining a global vision and self-confidence, I learned from the warmth and nurturing spirit of the Ghanaian people. Number 2, Barrington Dunbar was an African-American Quaker, a member of the Society of Friends. Back in the early 1970s, he took time from his busy schedule to counsel me personally during a troubled period in my life. At that time, he taught me to speak truth to power. Barrington was well known for speaking truth, challenging complacency, and pressing for justice. For example, Quakers considered him to be a thorn in their side because he challenged his white Quaker friends to become more active, less pacifist, to a less pacifist approach in addressing racism and white supremacy by asking them to support the Black Power movement. Number 3, I owe so much to my deceased husband, Frank, who countered my analytical, way too logical self. Frank was a very charitable, creative person who loved using his creativity to bring joy and self-confidence to others. I learned from Frank the pleasure and skills needed to also build joy and self-confidence in others. Number 4, I am fortunate to live in a Manhattan village named Morningside Gardens, filled with creative, progressive people. But just to deal with the gardens, volunteer gardening has been my own special love, which I support in my community wholeheartedly. Therefore, I enjoy watching both the adults and children in my community take pride in the beauty that they have created. I am fortunate to sit on a gardening committee whose members are particularly concerned about planting native plants with sustainability for pollinators and birds in mind. I've learned so much from my fellow gardeners, while at the same time thriving in this lush, natural environment. Number 5, as an educator, I was blessed with many learning experiences. Most notable may have been working in the progressive small schools. While so much education today is rote learning and teaching to the test, Debbie was concerned about creating better learners, preserving democracy, and developing critical thinkers. Through group work, my students learned to work collaboratively in teams. My students developed portfolios and sat before committees to defend them. They were indeed critical thinkers and could speak with great confidence in defense of their work. And what was so unusual, Debbie had the same expectation of us, the educators, to work collaboratively, love learning, think critically, and be able to defend our work as teachers. I wish I could speak of the many more who have supported and inspired me. With the advice of Ketanji Brown Jackson quoted earlier, I plan to continue to learn from all of you and surround myself with you for inspiration, joy, and hope. What I have learned of Clara Lemlich's social activism in 1909 and the activism of the present and past employees, I am indeed inspired. Thanks to all of you, and thank you for the honor of receiving this award.